Today is going to be a bit of a different video. First of all, this is going to be a one-take video. Maybe you've seen my community post lately, and you might have seen that I have some kind of bacterial eye infection. You can probably see it right now, but it has stopped everything I'm doing for over the past 1.5 weeks. So I wasn't able to go out for photography. I wasn't able to edit my photos, edit my videos, and I'm probably gonna have some problems with releasing videos. So if I am going to miss an upload somewhere, then you know what the cause is. And finally, after 1.5 weeks, my right eye seems to be getting better, but unfortunately it seems to spread to my other eye at the moment. So yeah, hopefully it isn't going to be as bad as this one, but it has reduced my sight for over the past 1.5 weeks, and that actually gave me the idea of making this video because yeah, it somehow gave me a bit of inspiration to talk about this video, but I'm not able to edit much video, so I'm gonna try to take this as a one-take video and then slowly try to process it over the next few days so I can release it somewhere on Thursday, I think, if I am going to make it. Maybe it's going to be Sunday, I have no idea. So I'm only able to watch for a couple of minutes, and then it causes a giant headache due to not being able to focus correctly. So good thing is it seems to be getting better. Bad things is it spread to the other eye, so it might take another week or 1.5 weeks before it's completely recovered, but yeah, I'm just trying to do my best. But this gave me the idea to make this video because we all have the same. I don't know if everyone has it, but we all photographers like gear. We just like to collect all kinds of different lenses for all kinds of different situations. You know, a wildlife. Big lens of big group of telephoto lenses in my collection, wide angle lenses. So there's a lot of stuff here that you might be interested in, yeah, on my opinion of it. And I made a video about the lenses a while ago. I'll put it up here. But what I actually started to notice over the past 1.5 weeks is that we spend all this money on gear. You know, there is 10,000s of euros of gear here on the table, and I am very fortunate to be in the position to own this stuff, except for this one. This is not mine. You probably know it. It's on loan. You know, being an ambassador has its advantages. So, but the rest is my own gear, my own money invested in it. But I came to realize this week, this 1.5 weeks, that all these lenses here, all these cameras are actually worth nothing. You know, they don't make me a better photographer. A wide angle lens doesn't make me a better photographer just by owning this lens. Buying a 7,500 euro telephoto lens doesn't necessarily mean that I'm getting better images. I think what I started to realize is that there is actually only one lens available that really makes me a better photographer, and that also makes you a better photographer. And that lens is actually right in here in your own eyes. And it might sound stupid, and over the past 1.5 weeks I started to realize how much value my own eyes are. You know, without your own lenses, without your own perception of seeing compositions, of seeing creative ideas, all this gear is absolutely useless. You know, you can't do anything with it unless you can see it. And that's what I actually wanted to say with this video. It doesn't matter what camera brand you have or how much money you have, but the only thing you have to do to get better images is not invest in more equipment. It's actually invest in training your own eyes, training in going out there and searching for composition, searching for the shots that no one else is seeing. And the only way you can do that is by going out there, trying, trial and error. You know, some things work, some things don't. The next time you have another creative idea. I watch a lot of YouTube channels myself. I buy a lot of photography books. And I just want to have those creative ideas. And I always tell my friends that I have a special pocket in my backpack where I store all these ideas. And when I'm out on the road, I sometimes think to myself, this is a bit of a dull day. What can I photograph here? And then I start digging through that memory of ideas in my backpack. Like, okay, maybe I can do something creative, like a double exposure or something like that. And I just start to search for that. And the whole goal for me is to get home with at least one image that I'm satisfied about. And if I come home with nothing, it's actually not a problem. You know, we are all, or some people are really frustrated when they come back home without an image. And actually I have passed that point. You know, I used to be like that years ago, but over the past 4 or 5 years, and especially when I started this YouTube channel, you know, when you go out more and more, you just start to realize that it isn't the best conditions all the time. So you have to adapt, and the ability to adapt is only possible by using your own eyes. See what kind of weather it is, what kind of season it is, how the sun is coming into your scene. All these things make your decision on what you want to use. And of course, these lenses give you opportunities, but the ideas, they are seen and processed by your own ability to adapt to your conditions. And that was what I wanted to talk to you about, because adapting is not very easy. It can be quite hard, actually. And sometimes I look at macro shots, sometimes I look at telephoto shots, sometimes I look at wide angle shots. And I can't say when I leave my home what I am going to photograph. You know, it just happens on location. If somehow that wide angle shot isn't working because the weather is against me, sorry about that, I'm not going to cut that out. So the weather is against me, I rarely take the wide angle photos. Then I'm going to use my telephoto shots just to isolate my subjects, trying to create some clean images, turn them to black and white, try to find some double exposures, maybe make a long exposure with a filter or the live ND filter in your camera to get some movement in the clouds. Yeah, and there's then also the opportunity to go for macro shots. You know, if nothing else is working, there are always macro subjects around. And I've trained myself so much that I actually, I'm convinced that I can find something on every trip. And if I look back now, I've been doing this YouTube channel for a little over 2.5 years now. And if I'm not mistaken, there are only 4 trips, I believe, where I did not record a video. 4 times in 2.5 years where I found absolutely nothing. And I think it's up to you if my shots are worth showing to you all the time. Maybe they're not, but at least I'm enjoying myself, and that is the most important. And none of this stuff makes me enjoy being out there more, you know, it's not, but my own head, my own mindset is giving me the ability to enjoy what I'm doing. You know, if I'm walking around in a nature reserve with the specific goal to get a wide angle shot and I can't find it, I can't find anything, I will get back home really frustrated, and I would say my own lenses just didn't work. I couldn't see anything. But it's not that, it's the ability to adapt. If you're able to adapt and look for different subjects, look for creative ideas, then it's going to be much, much easier to find these compositions. And I've got a video, I'll put a link up here, about compositions, how I look at them. I'm not the kind of guy that walks around with all those rules in his head. I just try to look at it from the moment that it is, from the moment that I'm in at that place at that time. You know, I just look at what is available. Is it the light coming in? Is it a little bit of fog? Is it an animal? Is it a specific color of a specific branch? You know, I just try to use what is available at that moment, and I try to find a composition with that specific situation. And that works for me, and I know it doesn't work for everyone. There are also people that just look on Instagram and they see a nice image, they drive there and they spend a couple of hours at that location, and they go back home and they say, well, the light was shit, so better luck next time. I just can't do that. I find it such a waste of my time, of my abilities. And what you do with that is you're not training that creative eye, that one important lens that's in your own eye. That is the most important thing to train. And if you're only going out there and copying what other people are making, then you will never get that ability to become creative and to adapt to those conditions. And you know, it sounds easy now that I'm talking about it, but it took me a couple of years. It took me thousands of hours of inspirational videos, books, looking at what other people are doing, just saving all those memories into my brain. And then when I'm out, I'm just thinking, wow, that is great. And to be honest, I have walked around sometimes on a really dull day, and I really thought to myself, what would someone like Thomas Heaton or Nigel Danson have done on a day like this? And I really walked around with that, and I remember that one opportunity I thought about that, and I just found this beautiful autumn colored leaf above a dark watered stream. So put a polarizer on, and I shot a really minimalistic shot of this leaf, and it just really worked well. And you know, that's a memory of an opportunity that I saved in my own head, that really yeah, worked at that specific moment. And that's what I say, you can invest in all this stuff. It makes photography easier. It gets your image quality a little bit better. And of course, it also creates those opportunities. You know, there's no need to look for wide angle shots if you don't have a wide angle with you. So that's why I deliberately, I've been using OM system, Olympus gear for all my life. But that's why I like this system, because I can take anything from 7 to 400 millimeters in my backpack. So I don't have to decide in the morning if I'm going to photograph a deer, a landscape, a little butterfly. It really doesn't matter. I can adapt to anything. And that is the only thing that this system brings me. It's the ability to be creative. But finding those shots, you only need one lens, and that's in your own eye. So just go out there, practice more, practice as much as you can. Try to get that creative eye flowing in your images. And yeah, hopefully you will be able to do the same. And I promise you that if you are able to do that, if you're able to adapt yourself to all those situations, you will definitely enjoy photography much, much more. And it doesn't happen all the time. You're not coming back home with a portfolio image all the time. You know, that would ruin the fun. But the moments you do get those portfolio shots, they are just really amazing. Like in last week's video, the one with the group of geese just swimming through the frame in the rising sun. You know, absolutely amazing. When those things happen to me, I just stand there and I'm just enjoying myself. I'm really enjoying myself. I'm starting to get some tears from my eyes. You know, I'm not crying from joy. This is just my eye infection just frustrating me. So yeah, I hope you liked this video, this little talk about how I look at photography, and inspired by my eye infection. So, you know, I'm using the bad to do something good. So hopefully you will like this video and enjoy it. And hopefully I will be able to process the next on location video. Yeah, I don't know, maybe Sunday, or maybe it's going to be next week. I have no images processed at the moment, so it's going to take a lot of Lightroom processing, and you really have to concentrate, or I have to concentrate on those images. You know, I really have to focus on them, and that's the problem. I can focus on my screen for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then the headache just takes over. So I'm not sure if I'm able to do that before the next release. So maybe it's going to be another video like this. Maybe there's not going to be a release. I have no idea. But I hope you liked this little video. What I want to mention, if you didn't already, my 2025 calendar is out now. It will be the last week of the pre-sale. So at the end of this week on Sunday, the pre-sale will stop. And I'm expecting the first batch of calendars in this week. So there's still an opportunity to enter the pre-sale. So I will sign all calendars in the pre-sale myself, and I will give away a couple of prints. So I'm just going to do a little lottery, and everyone that's in the pre-sale is going to make a chance of one of those A3 size prints that I made. Yeah, worldwide shipping, just consider it. Yeah, you will massively support this channel. And there's also a buy me a coffee link underneath this video. So if you want to support the channel, consider that, or just subscribe to the channel. Normally I'm on location or anything, but due to this really frustrating thing, it's probably not going to happen. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Please leave a comment what you think of a video like this, if you enjoyed it. You know, I'm just making the best of the situation at the moment, and I hope to see you recovered and well in the next one. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.